Well, I didn't want tapping.
咁啊，精彩賽事陸續出現，希望大家一直留喺我哋東方洋跑道觀看我哋嘅現場精彩賽事。
Os pilotos que disputam esta 72ª edição do Grande Prémio de Macau, 57ª em duas rodas, têm então uma hora para provar, para dar o seu melhor no traçado do território. Uma prova que vai ser então a grande partida para
problems for him so far. Now, if you've seen any of the promotional videos, Peter Hickman, assisted there by Luke Brown. No Darren Jones this year.
É o Macau Motorcycle Challenge com 9 voltas que vamos então GP Lights. Uma prova com arranque para as 9h10 da manhã. A prova vai decidir então o vencedor em 12 voltas. 12 voltas que deverão estar terminadas por volta das 10 da manhã. Se tudo correr como os conformes, daqui acolhe a final, a corrida decisiva do Macau Motorcycle Challenge. Às 11h40, a corrida de qualificação do Grande Prémio de Fórmula 4, Taça do Mundo de Fórmula 4. À 1h20 da tarde, a primeira das duas corridas da Guia, prova que volta a integrar o cartaz do TCR World, que vai decidir em Macau então o nome do novo vencedor da competição. Depois, por volta do meio-dia e 35, das 16 voltas da Taça do Mundo, aliás, por volta das 14h35, assim aqui é, teremos então uma corrida de qualificação, 12 voltas na Taça do Mundo de GT e ao final da tarde, às 16h15, a corrida de qualificação da Taça do Mundo de Fórmula Regional. Ao todo são 7 as corridas em cartaz neste terceiro dia de competição no circuito da Guia, começando já por esta corrida de qualificação no Grande Prémio de Motos de Macau. Os 20 pilotos que disputam esta que é a única competição em duas rodas do Grande Prémio de Macau têm uma hora para provar que valem nos exigentes
past 1 through the and the final race today, 4:15 for the FAA FR World Cup qualifying race, 10 laps. Today the finest road races on the planet. San Francisco Hairpin Melco Hairpin, making it one of the most challenging street courses on the planet. 6.2 kilometres of tight corners, long straights and fearless movement. We had free practice on Thursday morning, which now seems like an awful long time ago. Davey Todd took the times on his Eco BMW with a lap time of 2 minutes 26.2. Second, yes, and to the Honda rider of Rob Hodgson taking third spot. Who finished in second place, continuing an impressive season. Manxman Marcus Simpson will be desperate for a good session this morning. He didn't get much track time in at all, having to sit out most of free practice due to chain issues. And Michael Sweden will be having a free session as well. He saw pretty small off of Don Maria. Already had a little bit of drama this morning. Emma Costello, the 2022 Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix winner, running on at Lisboa. He continued though. But now the real competition begins. The riders have left pit lane. They're already on their first flying laps of this qualifying session for the 57th Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix.
大家好，欢迎来到第72届澳门格兰披治大赛的现场。你现在可以听到、看到的就是摩托车在东望洋赛道上的奔驰。那我们今天呢，为您送上的是第57届澳门格兰披治摩托车大赛，也叫电单车大赛。那么由于之前的天气原因呢，所以排位赛呢并没有进行，因此现在早上所进行的就是排位赛的比赛，在9点10分将会进行的是12天的第57届电单车大赛的正赛。今天比赛里面的关键词。最后1点20分是澳门东望洋大赛吞泡国际系列 TCR 世界巡回赛澳门站第1回。而另外呢，我们也看到许多优秀高手现场88号 Hickman 一度受伤，所以休息了很长时间。而今天呢，身披依然是88号战袍的 Hickman 在东望的队友，同时也是去年在这里取得好成绩、拿到冠军的车手。哇，现在是非常有趣啊！92号瑞斯，这是来自于南半球的车手呢，在目前场上是做出了一个最速圈，2分32.804。要知道，他是第一次在东望洋大赛当中来出战。
大家而家睇到嘅呢一場比賽咧，就係澳門格蘭披治電單車大賽嘅排位賽啊！咁啊，由於咧就將賽程本身今朝7點2字所進行嘅熱身賽啦嘅時段都係納入其中啦，所以呢一場嘅排位賽啦，時間咧就係長達1個鐘頭，可以俾大家啦熟悉賽道啦，咁啊做排位賽啦，同埋可以亦都係熱下身嘅。咁啊，目前嚟講咧，暫時我哋講咧就係92黃金咧就係舊年呢一項嘅賽事嘅冠軍嚟嘅，咁啊黃金啱啱做咗一個好拍片。
神係嚟到咗第2位嘅位置啦，佐敦咧喺第3位，咁啊黑爾文咧而家喺第4嘅，咁啊黑爾文咧喺今年嘅比賽當中咧就已經係。如果排會賽一開始咧，佢已經咧就係比佢之前自由練習嘅圈速係提升咗成0.6秒鐘咁多。咁啊，提特啦，亦都嚟自咧就。基本上咧喺今年嘅比賽當中，有4個咧就係電單車嘅。大多數嘅車手啦，主要都係 BMW 咁啊，以前咧就係真係有少少懷疑啦。譬如話排第2位嘅44號嘅 Todd 啦，實質上咧佢而家嘅最快已經在2分29秒745，咁啊同第1位嘅圖特相差成4.1秒鐘咁多。我哋只能夠話圖特咧真係狀態嚟得好啲，咁啊唔單止人快啊，同埋朝頭早啦，亦都係精神爽利，好快咧就係進入到狀態當中啦。咁啊黑爾文嘅圈速咧比起圖特更加只排咗5.5秒鐘，咁啊目前咧就排緊第4位嘅位置。咁啊黑爾文當然咧就係我哋披住電單車當中嘅常客啦，亦都係常勝將軍啊。今年受到傷勢嘅影響，睇下可唔可以慢慢喺今日朝早涼爽嘅天氣當中就係去揾翻狀態。2分24秒91，咁啊呢個無限接近2023年黑爾文嘅2分24秒87，淨係爭0.1啊！嗱，唔好唔記得咗呢一場嘅比賽Macau, uma corrida que foi adiada de 6ª-feira para o início da manhã deste sábado, depois de Macau ter ficado ontem. Não aconselhável à competição, esta prova no ano passado, mas na secretaria depois da corrida da 56ª edição do Grande Prémio de Macau de Motociclismo ter sido adiada também devido à chuva, a garantir aquele que é o tempo mais rápido do traçado de Macau até ao momento. De 784 milésimos para Davey, Todd, o piloto britânico que está em Macau pela 5ª vez. Ele foi quarto em 2019, quando ele completou a presença no pódio, foi segundo em 2023 e há um ano foi então considerado o vencedor da 56ª edição do Grande Prémio de Macau, depois de ter alcançado o melhor tempo, o tempo mais rápido na corrida de qualificação. Este ano, com outros predicados, Davey Todd a mostrar que é então um dos principais candidatos ao triunfo. 47 minutos no âmbito desta sessão de qualificação. 47 minutos e 26 segundos, mais precisamente. Davey Todd, neste momento, com uma melhor marca de 2 minutos, 24 segundos e 941 milésimos, 3 segundos e 784 milésimos mais rápido do que Paul Jordan. Rob Hodgson é o terceiro melhor em pista até ao momento, 4 segundos, 765 milésimos
do líder da competição, digamos, o britânico Davey Todd, que ia ser então até ao momento do registro, quinta-feira, o sexto melhor estão 14 minutos na competição a garantir então o sexto melhor desempenho. Os 7 segundos do Davey Todd. Também destaque para o italiano Maurizio Latali, que é outro dos estreantes no circuito e ele gira neste momento com o oitavo melhor registro. Os outros dois estreantes são o britânico Suzuki, também o francês Eddie Ferré, no Honda. Eddie Ferré neste momento a girar um pouco mais abaixo, com o 16º melhor desempenho. Na 15ª posição está então Don Gilbert. Entre os pilotos que repetem a presença no circuito de 2 há um ano, o melhor é a Marcus Simpson, o piloto da Vietnã, neste momento com o nono melhor desempenho, a correr com uma prestação na ordem de 2,34 milésimos. Já há Malvin Blanc, piloto francês,
Also 1000 Bilder drauf gewesen. Da muss man sich noch mal Gesicht merken.
Classificação provisória no âmbito desta corrida de classificação, qualificação para a 57ª edição do Grande Prémio de Motos de Macau. Para quem está a acompanhar nos grandes ecrãs, imagens vertiginosas da moto Erno Costano, o piloto finlandês venceu esta competição em 2022, foi segundo na secretaria há um ano. Ele que é um dos 3 antigos vencedores deste Grande Prémio de Macau, em que estão os outros dois, já os referi aqui, são então Davey Todd e também Peter Hickman. Ainda que Davey Todd não tenha feito aquilo que Costano fez em 2022, foi vencer em pista. Foi mais rápido na corrida de qualificação ao ano britânico. Este ano regressa com o objetivo de deixar de forma bem mais competitiva. Até o momento tem garantido os objetivos, é o piloto mais rápido nesta sessão de qualificação. Ele agora está o terceiro melhor tempo para o também britânico Rob Hudson, ele que está a girar com 4 segundos e 765 milésimos de Davey Todd. Ele é neste momento o mais qualificado dos pilotos a competir no Grande Prémio de Macau com 4 vitórias. É o quarto piloto com o pior tempo a rodar, já na casa dos 2 minutos e 31, mais de 6 segundos de Davey Todd, com 42 minutos para cumprir nesta sessão. Pilotos como Todd conseguem ou não tornar Davey Todd da pole position provisória.
Well, just under 3/4 of this session still to go, and it's Davey Todd topping the time. She's absolutely lightning pace straight off the bat. She's just in pit lane with a few other riders at the moment, making adjustments. Absolutely flying. Her first flying lap at 2 minutes 25.637, which is absolutely amazing pace from Davey Todd on this BMW. In second place, 3.7 seconds behind. Rob Hodgson in third. Peter Hickman's on a lap at the moment, setting personal best sector times. He's just gone through the second floor, and we'll wait to see what his time will be at the end of this lap. Erno Costello running on at Lisboa on his out lap. He came back into the pit lane to make some adjustments and back out to the track. But sponsored the second round of time. Peter Hickman across the line at the end of this line. Going as well. So let's take you through the full leaderboard now. Davey Todd at top, Paul Jordan in second, 3.7 seconds. 4.6 seconds off the lead is Peter Hickman on his BMW S71 with Rob Hodgson in fourth, ahead of David Johnson and Johnson first making appearance here at Macau and a customer showing a 90 Michael Evans, Todd Lauren Hoffman in Dutton Crummy and Don Gilbert Olive Bright, Paul Williams, Ryan Weisel and Lucas thankfully okay. The damage to the bike, broken spares, so he's managed to get going again. Today, a few riders leaving pit lane. Mitch Reese heading back out on a lap. David Johnson as well, and Philip Kroger starting to fix.
速度是非常惊人，2分24.941，不单单领先排在第二的乔丹足足3.7秒钟，而且我给大家一个概念，一般上来说，在这边如果能够跑到2分25、26就已经是相当厉害了，因为记录是2分24秒多，而在去年因为下雨的关系呢，所以比赛实际上并没有进行，而是按照车手热身来进行排练。最终，当然是在今年比赛里面，也希望能够展示出自己的一个速度跟能力。去年比赛里面，科斯塔莫呢，这个芬兰车手是排在第2位，而 Hickman 排在第3，而今天呢 ，Hickman 稍微很遗憾，我们知道在冬奥的赛道当中呢，有一个常常被人提起的名字 Michael Rotten， 那也是因为今年比赛里面的受伤，所以没能够看到冬奥的正式的好表现。所以现在在场上完成5圈之后，获得去年的冠军2分24.941，排在第1位。我觉得这个成绩恐怕要想超越，需要费点力气。
時間方面咧，仲係非常之充足嘅。咁啊，而家暫時排喺第1位嘅依然係狀態亞勇嘅圖特。咁佢之前做出嘅2分24秒941，你要睇入去啦。相對當中咧就係成個嘅車咧，我相信咧喺排位賽嘅後半程咧，圖特會再度出翻嚟賽道上邊嘅。咁啊，圖特咧就係呢一項賽事嘅衛冕冠軍啦。舊年喺天氣複雜嘅情況之下咧。 贏到咗冠軍，但舊年其實咧就因為天氣原因影響啦，冇進行到咧就係真正嘅排位賽啊。咁啊，陶特今年喺天氣正常嘅情況之下，可以證明自己由排位賽到正證明啦，需要付出嘅黑爾文，咁而家慢慢咧就係作到狀態當中啦。咁啊，黑爾文咧亦都係澳門人推自電單車大賽嘅世界嘅冠軍。狀態大用啦，呢年公司達康已經得而家第3位位置，總都得目前喺第4，確實喺第5位啊。咁啊，以及咧就係呢一個嘅暫時咧就排第6位嘅位置，71號嘅車手高爾啦，而家咧就排第7位嘅位置。哇！總體嚟講咧，大家慢慢嘅路程係當中，但暫時咧同特嘅競爭咧，依然係同一個贏足完全咧就屬於兩個同性嘅。咁啊，而家咧講緊嘅就係呢個標準。跟住喺正賽當中，亦都極大有可能都會勝出嘅。咁啊，頭咁咧會咧就係講下嘅賽車啦，會整一下亦都要講下嘅賽車。30號。
Especialmente de Davey Todd, depois de ter conseguido um tempo extraordinário na sua passagem pela zona. Talvez do seu desempenho. Depois sucederam-se então ataques, baixa pressão, tentativas de roubar o protagonismo da Davey, que é um erro bastante do Grande Prémio de Macau em 2022. O piloto britânico a rodar na casa dos 2 minutos, 27 segundos e 330 milésimos, a baixar, a retirar quase um segundo à sua antiga melhor marca. Está agora a 2 segundos, 389 milésimos de David Todd, o terceiro melhor tempo então para Peter Hickman. O vencedor apenas a 1 segundo, 177 milésimos de David Todd, a melhorar a sua posição nesta passagem pela zona. Agora, mais de 1 segundo do britânico e Peter Hickman com o segundo melhor tempo, 2 britânico Paul Jordan é o piloto com o 4º melhor desempenho e com o melhor tempo temos o primeiro estreante, o neozelandês que está a viver um ano de 2025 para mais tarde recordar. Para além de se estrear em Macau, Mitchell Reese disputou pela primeira vez este ano as provas da Ilha e também do Northwest uma terceira este ano com grande expectativa para o neozelandês, que é a 5ª posição. A eliminação é ainda provisória, estamos a 32 minutos do final da sessão, mas é David David Todd quem domina no traçado da guia, ele que está de regresso ao circuito com o objetivo de procurar melhorar a volta garantida, de procurar o tempo garantido na segunda passagem pela meta. Mas tem Erno Castano e Peter Hickman a rodar no seu encalço. Erno Castano está neste momento apenas 1 minuto de segundo e 177 milésimos de Todd, do tempo alcançado por Todd. A melhor marca de Erno Castano é por 4 ocasiões a rodar 2 segundos, 389 milésimos de Davey Todd. Davey Todd está então de regresso ao traçado para tentar melhorar uma marca que por si só já é extraordinária.
Whatever issues he's been having so far third place on the Utopia. Done most laps so far, 10 laps. And Paul Jordan in 4th, just ahead of Mitch Reese, who Rob watched on the SMT Honda, rounding out the top 6. David Johnson, 90% last 10th ahead of Maurizio Portolico, and Michael Evans back ahead in the battle over the banksman. He is 12th ahead of Marcus Simpson in 13th place. Lauren Hoffman 14th, Eddie Fair 15th ahead of Almeric Blanc, Don Gilbert, Ryan Whitehall, Paul Williams and Michael Sweeney. Sweeney back in the pits, as well as saying he had a small off on Thursday morning. Seems like an awfully long time ago now, due to a water pump failure.
真的是有点带节奏，上来之后就做了2分24.941，这个成绩什么概念呢 ？Hickman 在2023年的电单车大赛当中，当时排位赛做这个最2分24.879，所以算上托德，托德第一计时段又刷子24.386，8号车，今年他的状态真的非常好。那应该说这是唯一。从23年到现在，唯一的2位车手把成绩刷到25秒以内的，所以这对于黑曼来说真的是有点压力。但我觉得黑曼确实就是重返赛场，第一次在公路赛上来出战，所以他需要慢慢的调整。也是他在澳门跑出的最好圈数啊！托德连续3段刷子啊！这个成绩连续的到了第4计时段，我们可以看到托德很有可能要把赛道记录刷了，这是相当惊人的一个表现。我觉得托德今天比赛今年的状态一上来之后就非常好。今年的比赛里面也有另外一个特点，就是卡拉萨克看不见了。这一边的打法是非常的惊险，因为这是鱼龙弯，最危险的弯角。但是托德出弯的时候稍稍有点太快了，后轮滑了一下。多多少少这一计时段的时间会有一点损失。27.936，最快圈数2分23.849，如果没看错，应该是赛道的最快记录。 赛道的记录是2分23.0，所以基本上他已经刷出了最近几年非常罕见的一个接近赛道记录的成绩了。我觉得托德的这个成绩，可能后面的这些车手要想超越是非常困难的一件事情。另外，刚才这个大饼上带出的，如果托德在鱼尾弯的那个位置后轮没有滑一下的话，能够处理好的话，很有可能把这个赛道记录就破了。所以现在英国车手托德在成绩方面还在第一，而第二位的克斯塔诺呢慢了他2.26球感，做出的成绩是2分26.18，88号英曼还在第3位，2分27.330。
哇！攬住啦，同樣啦，咁啊，先啊，我哋睇出2分24，突破咗呢就2分24秒嘅連續大關。咁啊，當然有啲有少少嘅時候，前面些嘅時段咧，全部都係紫色嘅，但係去到最尾個嘅時段喺魚尾灣位置啦，圖特咧就其實個尾部有少少線啊，有啲咁多線嘅情況之下咧，佢救翻個車翻嚟，但係時間一定係有損失㗎啦。咁啊，至於咧，其實中國人考到電單車嘅最快紀錄啦，講緊就2017年啊，當時咧係由艾雲揸住呢就係杜卡迪嘅1199做出嚟嘅2分23秒081。咁啊，換言之，圖特咧而家佢哋歷史電單車損失咗起碼有半秒鐘嘅時間。如果唔係嘅話咧，圖特係有機會咁啊去挑戰一把咧就係中國嘅23秒081。真係飛得好交關啊！2分23秒541，咁啊同電單車大賽喺東望洋嘅最快圈速紀錄，即係相差半秒鐘。咁啊比起第2位嘅哥斯達摩咧，快咗呢就係2.5秒鐘。咁啊完全係遙遙領先。佢一個人啊係零舍屬於另外一個級別嘅。圖特繼續做圈速喎，因為佢嚟緊嘅新嘅所以圖特究竟呢圈有機會再刷新圈速嗎？係咪好想破咗2017年泰雲喺呢度揸杜卡迪創造嘅圈速紀錄咧？佢而家同圈速紀錄啦，即係爭咗呢就係半秒鐘嘅時間。圖特咧就係8號嘅戰車嚟嘅，係屬於咧就係寶馬嘅戰車嚟嘅。咁啊，哥斯達摩啦，咁啊暫時嚟講啦，喺第5段啦，都成績係相當之唔錯㗎。咁啊，我哋睇緊就話圖特喺第2段好快啦，暫時第6嘅前段咧就係27秒464，但佢呢一個圈速比起其他車手啦，第6嘅前段依然係一個遙遙領先嘅態勢嚟嘅。咁啊，張晨而家咧就排響咧第7位嘅位置。莊臣咧就20號嘅賽車嚟嘅，咁啊20號嘅莊臣啦，揸住啦同樣咧就係寶馬，佢咧就嚟自澳洲嘅車手。咁而家圖特嘅狀態完全係遙遙領先，咁而排位賽咧。
Já fez história nesta corrida de qualificação para a 57ª edição do Grande Prémio de Motociclismo de Macau. O piloto britânico avassalador nesta corrida de qualificação. O britânico a garantir o melhor registro de sempre no circuito do território com 2 minutos 23 segundos e 413 milésimos, a roubar mais de 200 milésimos de segundo a melhor marca ao volante de uma Kawasaki. Davey Todd com a melhor marca neste momento de 2 minutos 23 segundos e 413 milésimos. ele que está a realizar para a segunda melhor marca neste passado do território, firmada por Erno Costano, o vencedor da edição de 2022 do Grande Prémio de Motos de Macau, com uma melhor marca pessoal de 2 minutos, 26 segundos e 118 milésimos. Peter Hickman é quem conserva o terceiro melhor tempo, mas a uma distância considerável já de Davey Todd, o britânico que venceu por 4 vezes no território, está a rodar na ordem dos 2,27,330 milésimos, a quase 4 segundos de distância do tempo firmado por Davey Todd. Davey Todd tem batido recorde atrás de recorde a cada passagem pela zona da meta. Ficou-se a 233 milésimos de segundo primeiro da marca estabelecida por Stuart Easton, quase 60 milésimos de segundo para estabelecer uma marca na ordem dos 2,6 e bem chegar a ver e mostrar que é então o principal candidato ao triunfo na 57ª Grande Prémio de Motos de Macau, a roubar 200 o piloto britânico, se nada correr mal, vai então largar da pole position para a prova da 57ª edição do Grande Prémio de Macau, propriamente dita, a prova de
qualifying for 57th Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Being treated down absolutely sensational pace from Davey Todd here this morning. A lap time of 2 minutes 23.413. Now we discussed on Thursday the possibility of a lap record maybe going Davey Todd just 4/10 off that, so the pace this morning absolutely sensational for the Zinfield BMW motor rider. Second place, Erno Costano, the 2022 winner. He is 2.7 seconds off the top. He has completed the most laps of the front runners this morning with 11. Peter Hickman down there in the pit lane at the moment, currently third, 3.9 seconds off his BMW teammate, with SMT Honda's Rob Hodgson in 4th place. He's also done 10 laps along with Peter Hickman. Paul Jordan going well this weekend on the Monster 2 bike. He is 2 minutes 28. You've got Eddie Fair, 15th ahead of Arnold Clark, Don Gilbert, 17, Ryan Whitehall, Paul Williams, and Michael Sweeney in the Davey Todd at the speed pace, 2 minutes 23.4. Just one thing, Davey Todd might have a slap on the wrist coming his way in the investigation for a student in the pit lane. Hopefully maybe it comes from that. He's currently the boy on the pace, 2 minutes 23.4.
整个的比赛当中啊，让我们感觉到非常的惊人。托德做出2分23.413，他做出2分23秒的这个范畴，实际上跑了2分多钟。提升了自己的成绩，而这条赛道的官方记录 非常接近要打破这个记录了。托德实际上在处理鱼龙湾的时候，过鱼龙湾由于速度太快了，后轮一度是打滑，有一个wobble的现象。实际上他那一把旧车是相当惊险，因为我们知道摩托车如何在转向的过程当中出现了后轮的这种突然之间滑动一下，托德很稳，尤其难得的一把旧车成功了之后，所以给人感觉打爆托德是希望能够冲着打破赛道记录来的。另外，他比较有力的竞争者，目前在场上在软胎之后做速的科斯塔莫，成绩现在是2分26.118，虽然比托德慢了2.705秒。但是对于科斯塔莫来说，2分26已经是非常漂亮的成绩了。在以往，他在这边其实并没有做出甚至来的更加具有挑战性，更加危险，因为很多地方你要就必须走最极端的线路，控制好线路，这是相当关键的一件事情。那么科斯塔莫在完成了3个计时段之后呢，有2个计时段都刷出了自己的个人队速。S2 是28.073，S3 是31.919。这是连续的山路上的赛段，接下来到了发夹湾，过了发夹湾之后，很快将完成 S4 第4计时段。整个东望洋赛道呢，长度超过了6公里，分成了5个计时段。第4计时段同样刷出个人最速33.345，但是 S4 跟托德所刷出的紫色的最快速度32.538，还是有相当的距离。接下来 S5 最后一个计时段结束，我们看看他的成绩。准备冲线之后，38号和3号。还没有自己在赛场上做出的最快圈20。所以科萨洛看看这一圈有没有机会。刚才那是他的第一个飞行圈，今天呢是早上相对来说赛道温度的可能低一点。我们刚才看到托德是2个飞行圈，而第2个飞行圈比第1个飞行圈还要来得更快，所以是不是轮胎的一个温度需要一段时间的预热？看看科萨洛在 S1 的地方呢做24.851，在第2计时段他的成绩是怎样的？这边摆的相当厉害。那前头呢同样遇上一些慢车，所以这一边呢对于科萨洛来说可能是需要让一点。刚才看到25号布兰科，这是来自法国的一位车手，目前还剩下13分钟，依然是8号托德。这个成绩2分23.413，我觉得有一点忘了。
就成講緊而家排咧，仲剩翻係13分鐘嘅時間嚇，咁啊同埋咧原來2分23秒43，你會中意真係好辛苦。最快紀錄係年度卡迪1199做出嚟嘅2分23秒02分鐘啦，只係加0.4啫。假如嗰就做人喺魚灣唔係有可限美的嘅線態嘅話啦，其實相信佢呢個分鐘咧係好有機會係可以突破到咧就係歷史嘅最快編速紀錄嘅。 咁啊，江斯達摩咧就排喺第二位置，2分26秒經100，呢度協速當然都優秀。不過咧喺圖特嘅對比之下咧，似乎有少少呢就黯然失色㗎，因為江斯達摩嘅協速同圖特咧就相差成2.7秒鐘咁多。今日嘅排位賽第一同第二相差2.7秒多，真係好多唔同嘅。江斯達摩咧就係嚟自芬蘭嘅車手嚟嘅，今年咧就34歲，呢個係佢第6次啦嚟澳門咧就係參加嘅呢次單車大賽嘅賽事。喺2022年啦，佢曾經就贏過冠軍，咁舊年亦都係啱啱暫時都係排喺第5位位置。咁啊排第3位咧相差3.917。當然咧，對於亨利嚟講，由於咧就相遇唔出啦，慢慢穩重睇啦，呢樣嘢先係最緊要㗎。冇夾硬嚟啦，要同圖特咧就係鬥分速。咁啊，始終圖特咧係新一代嘅車手當中咧特別出色嘅一位車手啊。咁啊，克爾文咧就喺呢度贏過4屆電單車嘅推薦大賽比賽嘅冠軍。咁啊喺呢度好好地享受。嘅車手咧就係慕能，嚟自瑞士嘅一位車手啦。咁啊，咧就排響咧就係第8位嘅位置啊。咁啊，暫時嚟講呢場嘅排位賽咧仲有10分鐘。咁啊，對於無人嚟講咧，要攞到呢場比賽嘅第1，就應該係。
Por parte de Davey, Todd, nesta corrida de qualificação para a 57ª edição do Grande Prémio de Motorcycle de Macau. Uma corrida que se ao ano da qualificação. Agora se a 56ª edição do Grande Prémio de Macau acabou por não ser entrada. Uma melhor volta que só não é recorde de pista porque o último tempo é considerado como válido para estabelecer novos recordes no traçado de Macau é o tempo alcançado em corrida, ou seja, no Grande Prémio de Motorcycle de Macau. De resto, a marca alcançada constitui então uma melhor marca absolutamente fantástica por parte de Davey Todd, ele que é, de resto, o único piloto a correr abaixo da casa dos 2 minutos e 25. Erro Postambo, o segundo mais rápido, com um tempo de 2 minutos e 26 segundos e 118 milésimos, quase a 3 segundos do britânico, está a rodar 2 volta mais rápida ao território, a marca de 2:27.330 a 3 segundos e 917 milésimos de Davey Todd. Rob Hodgson tem neste momento o 4º melhor tempo, Paul Jordan o 5º e com o 6º melhor desempenho está o primeiro experiente. terceira prova de estrada este ano para Mitchell Reese, ele que chega a Macau e consegue então o sexto melhor tempo na depois de também ter dado na sessão de treinos livres. David Johnson com o sétimo melhor tempo, o suíço Lucas na liderança da classificação provisória no âmbito desta corrida de qualificação, com Paul Jordan a garantir então o terceiro melhor tempo, 2:26.649 para o piloto britânico, a 3 segundos e 236 milésimos de David Todd. David Todd já conseguiu uma marca absolutamente extraordinária, uma marca que seria novo recorde deste traçado do território, caso tivesse um grande prémio de Macau, todos os quatro oferece não a para a 57ª edição do Grande Prémio da Macau. Also, that's time for lights and stations as we head for the last 5 or so minutes.
He's just headed back out, second place currently, 2.7 seconds off the top. Paul Jordan absolutely flying at the moment, 2 personal bests in this lap, currently 226.649. Peter Hickman in 4th, a little bit surprising at the moment. He's currently out there on the lap as well, not David Johnson with Nick Reese still going to put there at the moment, the fastest newcomer in 7th place. Looking at the other newcomers as well, Maurizio Bottalico in 11th position, a lap time of 2:31.321. Eddie Fair in 16th position, he's down there in currently 2:35.074. As we see Marcus Simpson running on down there at Lisboa, and another rider who's just overshot down there at turn 3, as I said before, lots of action happening down there at Hickman pops back up in 3rd position, a personal best lap time of 2:26.343, 2.9 seconds off his superb BMW Motorcycle teammates Davey Todd, who currently sits top of the pile with 4 minutes to go, 2:23.4.
还剩下4分钟，排位赛即将结束，还是8号车的托德，成绩是2分23.413，至今。萨默2分26.118，慢了2.7秒排在第2位。刚才一段时间的追逐，我们看到非常的有意思。经验丰富的老将约翰在前，而保罗乔丹紧跟在他的后面。结果呢，那2个人的成绩差呢是在小数点之后第2位才分出。紧跟着黑克曼调整自己的节奏。而他这个649这一圈呢，确实是跟着黑克曼跑出来的。一方面在直道当中，黑克曼给他破风；另外一方面呢，在连续的弯角当中呢，跟着黑克曼的线路来走。这边黑克曼不断的在回头啊，不知道他是在看，哎，乔丹还在不在，还是看，哎，我身后还有没有跟我？因为他毕竟他是经验，可以说现在赛场上经验最丰富的车手之一了。因此呢，他如何来走？如何加速？刹车的位置毕竟托德的速度太快，就算托德冲到场上，恐怕。 完全是两个概念。因为公路赛的这些车手，来进行比赛。其实现今发展到今天了，也就是社会发展到今天了，这种比赛实际上越来越少了，因为毕竟呢客观上已经不允许，再加上各种各样的科技已经让摩托车的速度越来越快。比如说，托德曾经一度创造出每小时124英里的时速。那托德呢，在马恩岛的比赛征战多年，终于在今年也是拿到了这个超级摩托车组的冠军。托德来到东望洋大赛之后，争冠的企图。所以2分23.413，还剩下34秒钟。虽然托德已经从维修区当中出来了，但是我相信应该没有时间让他来做速度了。所以现在目前呢，依然是托德2分23.413不可撼动的一个成绩，暂时排在第一。最後時間咧又出翻嚟，咁但係咧就其實唔夠時間咧去 set 一個圈速嘅。咁我哋相信咧，其實佢出嚟咧只係略為帶一套嘅心態啦，略為開下胎之後咧，咁去幫助自己喺競賽當中。出嚟嘅時候有2分25秒518。最後時刻，黑爾文呢一個最快圈嚟到第2位嘅位置，咁同圖特嘅圈速只係相差咁哥斯達摩原本排喺第2位嘅，翻落去第3位嘅位置啦。黑爾文呢位嘅老將啦，依然係非常之有拼搏精神嘅。最後時刻啦，依然咧就係唔服氣，咁做翻個最快圈速，咁而家咧就嚟到第2位嘅位置啦。哥斯達摩咧就同佢相差0.2秒啦，喺第3位嘅位置。咁佐敦最終係第4，莊臣第5，霍神第6。咁雷斯咧排喺第7位嘅位置啦。跟住咧就71號嘅車手咧就開始慢慢揾翻個狀態翻嚟啦。有時賽車就係咁嘅，唔好同人哋比。咁圖特今日個好狀態唔同圖特比，自己同自己比。哥斯達摩最後時刻2分25秒041，黑爾文開心唔到幾耐啦。哥斯達摩即刻就最終呢一場嘅排位賽啦，係由圖特以一個超快圈速2分23秒413，咁喺排位賽當中咧就係攞到第1，正賽咧係可以排到頭位起步嘅。哥斯達摩圈速落後1.628秒排到第2，黑爾文最後時刻圈速咧就係突破2分26秒嚟到2分25秒518，排到第3位起步。佐敦咧就係排到第4位起步，圈速同前3位車手咧相差已經係有1秒鐘以上嘅差距㗎啦。至於莊臣係排到第5位，另外嘅一位嘅車手單車大賽嘅排位賽咧，就到呢度全部結束。車手會休整一下，稍後9點10分，即係1個鐘頭之後。
就會進行第57屆澳門格蘭披治電單車大賽12圈嘅競賽，我哋稍後見。
uma reta final de sessão de qualificação absolutamente boa com Erno Constante e Peter Hickman a revezarem entre si no segundo tempo mais rápido, na luta pelo segundo tempo mais rápido, mas a sessão a ser dominada por inteiro por Davey, o britânico com uma estratégia absolutamente notável, a garantir uma melhor marca absolutamente admirável já na primeira saída para a pista, a recolher depois à zona da pit lane e voltar para assinalar um tempo fantástico para cumprir a volta mais rápida ao traçado de Macau com um tempo fantástico, tempo que seria a recorde se tivesse sido registado no Grande Prémio de Motos propriamente dito. 413 milésimos, a marca alcançada então por Davey Todd, ele que retira 203 milésimos de segundo ao recorde oficial da pista, garantida em 2010 por Stuart Easton e que promete então para a 57ª edição do Grande Prémio de Macau, prova que sai para a estrada por volta das 9h10 da manhã e quem sabe com o desempenho que Davey Todd teve nesta corrida de qualificação, quem sabe se aquela marca de Stuart Easton com 15 anos não cai então na corrida propriamente dita. Ora, na luta pela segunda posição no ranking dos pilotos mais rápidos, Peter Hickman e Erno Costamo protagonizaram uma dança curiosa, com Costamo a garantir na última passagem pela meta o segundo tempo mais rápido, 2:25:41 milésimos para o piloto.
Welcome to the qualifying press conference for the 57th Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. In third place for Zico BMW Motorrad, Peter Hickman. Second for Racing for Inclusion by RVS, Erno Costamo. And taking his second Macau pole position for Zico BMW Motorrad, Davey Todd. Davey, congratulations. That was some pace early on as well.
Yeah, really happy with that. Tried a couple of different tyres. I had the race tyre at the beginning of the session and just wanted to spend a little bit of time on that, seeing as we're a little bit short on time now. Wanted to try a couple of things in warm-up that's now disappeared, so we're trying to use it as a bit of a practice session as well as qualifying. Feel really comfortable on both tyres. Made a few tweaks to the bike from the practice session the other day. Oh, steady. Made a few tweaks and it's definitely a step in the right direction, so happy enough with the bike. I feel like I've got a little bit more pace in hand if I need it, but I said to the team we're quite comfortable. These boys both put a lap in right at the end of the session and got a little bit closer, but I think I've still got a nice little buffer there, and I've got the consistent pace at that pace as well. It's not just a qualifying lap.
好，歡迎大家嚟到第72屆澳門格蘭披治大賽車、澳門格蘭披治電單車第57嘅大賽排位賽嘅賽後記者會。咁剛才咧第一嘅陶德咧都同我哋分享啦，其實佢覺得自己喺排位賽裏邊嘅速度咧都非常之好啦。咁其實佢由喺練習開始就已經不停咁樣去測試同埋調整佢嘅賽車同埋佢嘅輪胎嘅抓地力等等啦。咁佢可以咧佢喺排位賽裏邊都可以有一個好好嘅速度。雖然呢兩位對手喺排位賽嘅後段咧都擦出咗一個快圈，但係佢覺得自己都係有一個爭勝嘅空間嘅，佢相信陣間嘅競賽都會好精彩。
No, coming to you, a great lap right at the end of the session there, which puts you right in the mix.
Yeah, qualifying was good for me, and free practice session is horrible for me, and maybe 6 laps. All practice session is many problems with bike. And now bike and me is good.
而排第二位嘅哥達摩咧，亦都表示其實自己喺自由練習裏邊咧，只可以擦出6圈左右嘅圈速啦。咁同埋佢嘅賽車咧，亦都係有好多唔同嘅問題要去調整嘅。咁佢好開心可以喺排位賽裏邊攞到第二嘅成績。
And Peter, another front row start for you here in Macau. What's the plan today?
spray later, put the throttle on earlier. I think that's what I need to do. No, honestly, I'm actually quite happy and content with where I am at the minute. Wasn't even sure I'd be able to do a 25, and we did a low 25 in the end. So happy enough, you know. I'm concentrating on race pace, concentrating on me and my fitness and what I need to do with myself and my body. But overall, pretty happy. You know, I actually managed to do quite a lot of laps in that session, which is good for me. I had as long a break as I could do before going back out, and yeah, for us, we're just concentrating on race pace the entire time. No sticky tires or anything like that. So yeah, really happy with the Zico BMW, and yeah, the team's working really well. Bike's working pretty good. So let's see what the race happens. We've got the same front row as we did last year, but fingers crossed we actually managed to get a race in this time.
而排第3嘅克爾文咧，亦都表示佢對自己嘅排位都好滿意啦。其實喺佢好開心可以翻嚟參加賽事啦。咁其實喺成個比賽嘅過程當中咧，佢比賽週末進行到依家，佢都擦出咗唔少嘅好嘅圈速嘅。咁佢依家咧就會專注喺自己嘅比賽當中，咁陣間嘅正賽應該都會好精彩。多謝車隊為佢準備咗一個好好嘅賽車。
And finally, Davey, I'm sure it's all about the race win, and you don't worry about lap records. Absolutely, the lap record is stood for 15 years. You absolutely smashed that. In fact, all of you, I think, went under that in that session. You were only 0.3 of a second off the fastest ever lap here, really early on as well. So, is that something that might be in your mind, or not bothered?
No, honestly, not really. It'd be nice. We've talked a lot this week about that lap record that stood for 15 years and just how fast that actually is, and the fact no one's really been too close for it the last 15 years, really. So it's nice to have that pace. I think that is the pace that we were aiming for. Of course, it's unofficial. It's in qualifying. But I'm sure we can be somewhere around that for the race. We should. We could do a bunch of laps at that pace. I think 4 or 5 laps all in the 23s, which I think's been a long time since anybody's done a bunch of laps at that sort of pace. So no, really happy with the pace we have with the Zico BMW Motorrad team. All the boys are doing a fantastic job. Like Peter said, we've got a reduced team here. We've got a small team over at Macau, but the boys that are here are doing a fantastic job.
而剛才亦都有提問咧，其實澳門嘅電單車嘅圈速紀錄裏邊咧，已經有15年咧冇人可以破到㗎啦。咁但係陶德嘅圈速咧，其實都非常之接近嗰個紀錄嘅。咁佢亦都表示，其實佢冇一個要打破紀錄嘅心啦，但係佢好開心自己嘅圈速成績可以非常之接近到嗰個紀錄，亦都希望咧，佢亦都認為咧自己喺正賽裏邊都可以追到一個差唔多嘅時間。咁佢覺得車隊為佢準備嘅賽車咧，都可以令到佢達到嗰個結果嘅。
Well, good luck for today, gents. In third place for Zico BMW Motorrad, Peter Hickman. Second for Racing for Inclusion by RVS, Erno Costomo. And taking his second Macau Grand Prix pole position for Zico BMW, Davey Todd.
再次恭喜3位車手。
We're live around the world at the moment, Davo, if you can give us a second. So, Davo, you pulled your finger out eventually at the end there.
Yeah, well, it's a tough one because that was my first proper crack on the bike with no dramas. Like, yeah, with the first session we had a few issues, like simple mapping issues, but so that the first session was a write-off really, and then that session we had similar, not really problems, but just getting the bike a feeling for me in that session. And it was like, right, take the freaking brain out and go for a lap, and I did, and that was as far as I'm prepared to go right now, because I'm still learning the thing, because it's crazy you only get one practice these days and one qualifier. So it's for not been able to ride the bike before I came here, that's like, it's pretty nuts that I have to do that. So
but you must be stoked to be row 2, middle of row 2.
Very happy. It's yeah, I didn't really know what to expect, but I knew the bike was going to be good, but just I didn't foresee the problems that we had initially. But yeah, they're normal problems that you have sort of at a meeting where you get 2 practice and 2 qualifiers. But yeah, 1 practice, 1 qualifier, no, we're racing. I don't feel ready to race, but we're freaking racing now, so let's do it, I suppose.
Could that be an issue, the fact that this is unprecedented really here, isn't it? The fact, you know, with Macau, normally you'd have the practice, you'd have the qualifying yesterday, but you've just done an hour, and now you've got another 12 laps.
Yeah, I could do with another, well, 2 sessions would be nice, just to learn.
Well, I'm thinking more in terms of energy-wise.
I feel really good. I am fitter than I look, but I did 16 laps and everyone gives me crap about not looking the fittest, but yeah, I feel quite good on the bike, so 12 laps would be no dramas, but yeah, just to be able to push for that podium, we'll see. I'll get the race up and running and then see where we're at.
Well, I hope whatever happens that you'll be smiling at the end of it, mate. So,
exactly, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, cheers, Davo. So that's the thoughts of Davo Johnson. Let's try and get a word with Mikey Evans, if we can. Mikey, you've had some issues as well, unfortunately, haven't you?
Yeah, just a couple of just setup issues, really. Just trying to get used to the Honda around here and trying to find something I'm comfortable with. Still not quite there, really. So we're changing it every time I go out and trying to use the laps well.
That's like suspension and things like that, is it?
Yeah, just suspension, just trying to get a bit of confidence. The first day I wasn't very confident with the lack of grip and stuff, and then obviously we just dropped in this morning, made a bit of a change, and I've gone a couple of seconds quicker, but still not feeling quite comfortable. So we're making a change for the race. It's going to go one or two ways, either going to help us or we're going to kind of go back, but you know, we've got to learn, we've got to try these things.
What's the track been like out there? Compare it less, because we were out 48 hours ago and then it was quite green, but now with all the cars having been around it.
Yeah, no, it's much better than it was. You know, there's a lot of rubber down it, you can see and stuff. Still, a few of the white lines are probably a little bit too high for the bikes. I think maybe they've painted over them so you can feel them a bit. But definitely, you know, a huge improvement on Thursday morning. So yeah, and it's only getting better.
You've done plenty of road races at different places. This is totally different, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And what is it that makes it totally different?
I think the kind of obviously it's very enclosed, and just the track is so different to anything else. You know, you can do all sorts of road racing, and even Thursday morning I came here and my first few laps I felt so out of place, and I was just, you know, you've got to take your time so much. You've got to really respect the place. You know, there's not really any room for error, so you've got to kind of ride within yourself until you feel comfortable, and that's kind of, I try and do that all the time, but obviously when you've struggling with a bit of setup, you've just got to rein it back a bit and just try and look at the bigger picture. But yeah, it's such a unique place, and it's really great fun as well.
And this will be your first real race here now, won't it?
Second.
Oh, second?
Yeah, I did 23.
Oh, you did 23?
Yeah,
okay.
23 was my first race, and then, yeah, so yeah, it's been a little while since the last one, so, yeah, hopefully we get a good, clean race and everyone just relaxes and has fun. Okay,
I was just saying to Davo as well, was there any conserving energy or anything this morning with the fact that you've got a race coming up so soon?
No, I think we should be able to, everyone should be able to do a qualifying and a 12-lap race round here for at this level. Yeah. Not for me anyway. I think you have to put everything you've got into qualifying because it's so important around here. So yeah, there was definitely no holding back. And I think that a lot of people I was out to the very end anyway. I know Davey's obviously got a bit of a gap on everyone else, but yeah, that's his race. So yeah, all go.
Very quickly, set yourself any targets or?
No, I think it's always just improvement for me in road racing. I think to put too much pressure on positions and stuff isn't really the best idea. I've gone 2 and a bit seconds quicker than I've ever gone before already. So, you know, at the moment I'm happy, but you know, we're racers and we want to do well. So
best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. We need to have a quick word as well with the man who was second on row number 2. We're live around the world at the moment. Paul, well done. If you can come out second, congratulations, is it? Or you're a little bit disappointed not to make it on the front row?
No, I'm happy. You know, from last year we went 3.1 seconds faster than we did last year, so we've made a big step. So, you know, we just need to get a good start and get away with them.
You followed Peter Hickman for a little while there. Was that a little tactic to help you along?
Yeah, yesterday or 2 days ago, I got out and behind Pete, and you know, I thanked him for it, and I asked him if I had an opportunity to get out behind him again, would it be possible? So, yeah, I got out behind him there and tried to make as much of it as possible as I could.
You all wear different colours, but you're one big team all together, really, aren't you?
Yeah, that's it for sure. You know, and he trusts me and I trust him, so that's a big part of it, isn't it?
Yeah. So in terms of where you are with the bike and everything, you're happy ahead of racing, or are you making any more little final tweaks?
No, I'm ready to rock and roll. You know, if they said to start now, I'll go.
I know you set yourself a little target?
Yeah, I've already achieved the target I came here to set, so just get into the race and enjoy it.
Right. We wish the best of luck, Paul. Paul Jordan, well done.
Thank you.
So there we go, that's the thoughts of Paul Jordan. I don't know whether we've got anybody else who's knocking around. I'm going to just see, obviously it's quite busy in the garages. It would have been, we've spoken with Davo. Peter Hickman we've heard from the press conference as well. let's have a quick look and see if we've spoken with Michael. Mitch Reese is the one we'd really like to speak to, so I'm going to just see if I can find Mitch Reese. Oh, in fact, I'll get Rob Hodson. If Rob's got a second, if he could come out and have a quick word with us. So Rob's on a brand new superbike. He's with the SMT Racing Honda this year. So Rob, congratulations. Happy with that?
Yeah, we thought we could have had a bit more there. I was up for a really good, well, half-decent couple of laps there in the second part of the qualifying, but just caught a couple of slower riders, which, you know, they're doing their own thing. So, yeah, dropped back and then went for another one. And yeah, just couldn't quite beat what I'd done before. So, yeah, we're all right, starting P6, so I can't complain. If we can get a good start, we're away with the front bunch, and you know, other riders kind of tagged on the back of quicker riders, which is always the way to do qualifying if you can. But yeah, it's good to know I can kind of do the times by myself, you know. So yeah, we'll see how we go in the race. But yeah, the SMT Fireblade's working well. Like I said, new bike for this event. Just did one race of testing before we got here, so. Yeah, we'll be right enough.
What is it about a new bike that you have to find out? I know that sounds a bit daft, but what's the biggest issues that you have to deal with a new bike?
Generally, if you're swapping manufacturer, it's quite a big thing because you've got new chassis, you know, suspension, and there's quite a lot to work at. But we're not too bad with this SMT Fireblade because we've gone from the 23 model to the 25, so that's very similar chassis. We've got similar same swing arm and forks. It's just the edging characteristics are a little bit different with the split throttle bodies and things like that. So yeah, it's helping around here. I went faster than I've ever gone around here before. So in that qualifying session, so we're just we're just picking time off where we can and doing the best I can, really.
Just tell us a little bit about having to work in these kind of conditions. It's nothing like the Macau pit lane garage, 4 machines in there all crammed together, but everyone gets on well, and it's good crack.
Yeah, we've got. Yeah, it's not too bad if you get along with the people. I mean, I'm with Paul, so I can't say too much. But, but no, when there's bikes running, when everyone's trying to get prepared and things like that, it's pretty hot, and you've got a million cameras around. So yeah, once they sod off, we're all right.
Yeah. I'm going to mention this because I've been mentioning it in commentary. You keep coming 5th here.
Yeah, I've had 3 5ths now. So yeah, to be fair, yeah, it's not, you know, yeah. If we can, you know, I'm expecting a little bit more if we can, but you know, it's going
to be tough against those BMWs.
Of course it is, yeah, they've got the power and the speed, but you know, we're not too shabby ourselves, so yeah, we'll get away, see how we can do, and just do the best we can. But you know, the competition is pretty stiff. It is the Macau Grand Prix, and you know, we're not at a small club event, you know, so everyone's pushing on. Everyone's worked hard all week. We've done the press stuff for the organisers and things like that, so we've done all that. We've got our bikes back, like I said, in a small garage, and worked hard to get them right. So yeah, everyone deserves their own bit. You know, everyone's pushing to be up front, myself included. So yeah, I'll do the best I can and see where we end up at the end.
Best of luck, Rob.
Thanks very much.
So there we go, Rob Hodson. We'll just try and find, if we can. I know he's just fresh from the press conference, but there's a couple of things I'd like to ask Peter as well, if that's okay. We're just live around the world, Peter, so...
live around the world, please don't sweat.
Exactly. Just from conversations that we've been having, obviously we've just heard in the press conference, but there's been a few other little things, and I was talking to Mervyn White, who's part of the organisation here, and you were saying when you first got here that there was issues with white lines, etc. So
yeah, somebody had painted some more paint onto the white line, so there's around here in Macau, the centre white line is not broken, it's always a solid white line, and up over the top in certain areas the white line was way too thick. So the problem with that was every time we ran across it, and obviously we run across it a lot with a lot of lean angle, the front and the rear tyre was almost hopping over it, so it was very easy that we could have either took the front or lost the rear. Or so after the first session, myself, Davey, a few others had mentioned it, wrote on a map where we would like it changing, and they went out that evening. Obviously for the cars it makes no real difference, but in the evening they went out with a surface grinder and ground the top of the paint off, and seems to have done the job.
They say in racing you have to beat your teammate, but to beat your team co-owner as well, I mean, I don't know if you've ever discussed it at all, but how's this going to, you know, the two, how are you going to play this, the two of you? You know, if you are 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same conversation we've had for almost a year now, that people think that we would fall out. At the end of the day, we're against each other, whether we're in the same team or in opposite teams. So yeah, it doesn't really make any difference. Yeah, I want to beat him, he wants to beat me, of course. We're in slightly different positions at the minute as well, with obviously everything that's happened to me this year, but that's life. That had happened to me if we were in different teams. It makes no difference. And as soon as we put the helmet on, obviously we still have respect for each other, just like we have respect for everybody else on the grid, and we still want to beat each other. We both think that we're better than the other person, so that's just a normal racer's mentality.
If you are trailing to him with time to a little bit, or time's running out, will you take a risk?
I don't mind taking a risk. I'd be no different with Davey than I would be with anyone else. You know, in road racing in particular, you know yourself, the risks are extremely high. So unless the move is absolutely 100% on, then don't do it. That's just how it is in road racing. So particularly here, the Guia Circuit in Macau, it's super hard to pass anyway. Not a lot of room, and obviously absolutely no run-off whatsoever. So yeah, I don't ride any different against Davey to what I do anyone else.
So my final question is, what's more important, a Peter Hickman win or a 1-2-8-10 racing result?
A 1-2 racing result with me first, thanks.
All right, Peter, we wish you the very best of luck out there, and look forward to watching you out here at Macau again, and maybe win number 5.
So we'll soon find out, won't we? Thanks, mate.
Thanks. Cheers, Pete. So there we go. That's the thoughts of the pit lane this morning, and so yeah, hopefully we'll be getting racing again very soon at 9:10. But for now, from myself, Dave Moore, it's goodbye.
You can't stand on pit wall. You have to stand over this side. I'm sorry about that, but this is my job. Good job. Thank you, thank you. There's television on the wall, so you can watch that.
How are you?
Good.
Good. What are we doing?
How are you?
Walking on the right. Ah, the group picture. Os gajos vão aos pits. Aí é que estamos fodidos, ali não passamos.
É?
They're walking to pits. You get the pit card?
Estamos fodidos agora, é?
Espera aí um bocadinho, deixa esse gajo sair.
We will of course have many of the bikes will just now sit here and wait for a little while. As they line up, it will be obviously Davey Todd in pole position, Erno Costomo alongside him, Peter Hickman, and all BMW front row. And you'd have to say it's between those three. Now, Davey Todd this year has been on the big bikes sensational, the king of the roads. Really confirmed that here today. However, Peter Hickman missed a huge chunk through injury following his crash at the Isle of Man. But if you look at their BSB results, Peter tended just to finish ahead of Davey towards the end of the season when Peter made his return from injury. However, Davey, as he keeps saying, is super happy to be on a bike that is all his settings. So it is a question of who is going to win. Will it be Davey Todd? Will he win his first Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix race?
He did, of course, win the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix last year, but that result was based on the qualifying session. So this will be the first time he'll be looking to win the race. Erno Costomo did win the race back in 2022. It was a bit of a depleted grid. It was coming out of the pandemic, of course, but even so, Erno Costomo right in there amongst Todd and Hickman here at Macau. It was 2018 when Costomo first came here. Finished 17th, 9th the year back in 2019. There is the man in pole position, Davey Todd. Looked after by Andy Lewis. So here is Erno Costomo in second place as well, the Finnish rider. So Jitka with the umbrella alongside him. So yeah, Erno Costomo, maybe not quite on the pace of Davey Todd, but certainly he'll want to get a podium position. Peter Hickman, relaxed as ever. And he'll be building. Interesting to hear what he's been saying about winning this race. So then we go on to row number 2, Paul Jordan. He would be ecstatic with a podium. But Paul looking to finish a race inside the top 6. He took 6th place last year. And David Johnson as well, 3rd back in 2019 on the PBM Ducati. Still just about got his head around the BMW, he was saying there earlier, and yeah, he has forced his way in. And Rob Hodgson as well, looking to improve on 3 5th place finishes in the last 3 Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. And Rob, you're cool enough, you don't need to keep yourself cool that way, but anyway. Then we go on to row number 3. And what about this guy, Mitch Reese? Absolutely sensational. Really, and big thumbs up for Mitch Reese, because he has been superb. Then we got Phil Crow. He is in the middle of row number 3. Phil would be a top 10 finish, would be his best ever result, so he's on for that. And then we have Lucas Mora back. He missed last year, Lucas Mora, but back at Macau. Then we go back to row number 4, Michael Evans. Brand new bike for the team. And also this guy, Maurizio Bottalico, has proved to be no slouch. His first time ever here at Macau. And he is also on row number 4. And alongside him is Sam West. Oh, sorry, Michael Sweeney. It should be Sam West. Was Michael Sweeney got into 12th position? Yes, he has. So sorry, it was Sam West is coming up on the official screen, and there is Sam. So he is heading row number 5. And Lauren Hoffman back at Macau as well. Belgian rider. Alongside him should be Almeric Blanc. Again, an international feel to this event. Almeric Blanc, the only rider on Bridgestones. Then we have Marcus Simpson. And we should have Eddie Baird. There he is, number 36. One of 2 Frenchmen at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix this year. And also well done as well to Don Gilbert, newcomer. He'll be delighted that he wasn't right at the back of the grid. There is Paul Williams, alongside him Ryan Whitehall from the Isle of Wight. And those are our 20 contestants here in the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. There is Don Gilbert. So we got an issue? No, he's ready to go, ready to rock. So one of 4 newcomers at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix this year, Don Gilbert. Oh yeah, they want to get this tyre warmer off as the grid starts to clear. We are 90 seconds away from the start of the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. So I'm getting a message that Davey Todd and Erno Costomo are under investigation for violation of starting procedure. Now, I've heard no more of the Davey Todd speeding in pit lane issue, but now they are, Davey Todd and Erno Costomo, under investigation for violation of starting procedure. Whatever that means. Whether anything will be applied at the end of the race, I don't know, but I wouldn't have thought so. I've never heard of violation of starting procedure before. And if I get any more information, I shall let you know. I certainly would like to know. So 20 riders lining up on the Guia Circuit, the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Davey Todd on the left of the picture in pole position as we look at it. Costomo alongside in the middle, and Hickman. And you have to say, it's between those three. Well, we're slightly delayed. We were due to get underway at 9:10. That's now gone, but we're not too far away. So green flag displayed at the back of the grid. The revs rising as they go off on this sighting lap, and they'll come back round and they'll get things underway. Of course, these bikes full of fuel, 24 litres. It will really make braking an issue as they come into Lisboa, especially on the opening couple of laps. The bikes will improve as the fuel load is lighter. So they're fast out of here. The apex is so far around there as well, so then coming into Lisboa, knock it down into first gear, click it back up into second for this next right-hand turn for the climb up San Francisco. A little touch of the rear brake as well, just to keep the bike from popping the front wheel up. So third and fourth momentarily, then it's into the first and second gears now. Generally second gear all the way through here, through maternity. Through turn 6 and 7, turn 8, Teddy Yip. Then into turn 9, 10, 11. The sun coming out now as well. It's been overcast this morning. The other thing to mention as well, earlier this week we had plenty of wind. And the flags, there's very little wind, as we saw while Rob Hodgson there was fanning himself. The Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix is planned to be run later in the day. Absolutely sweltering conditions. But because they're going now earlier in the morning, first thing before the cars get out, temperatures are reasonably cool right now. Sun is breaking through. Looking at temperatures around 23, 24 degrees Celsius at the moment, and we're expecting it to get even hotter as the day goes on. It's coming out of the Melco Hairpin. That stretch from San Francisco to Melco, very rare we'll see any overtaking manoeuvres. But again, you've got to get good drive out of Fisherman's. Take it as close to the wall as you dare on the exit. It's really bumpy along there as well. A lot of the track, obviously it's a road, it's a normal street. So it is generally bumpy. But certainly round through this part is bumpy as well. So it's the last great road race of the year, the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Davey Todd, on what he's proved so far in free practice and in qualifying, has to start as favourite, but what can former winner Erno Customo do? What can four-time Peter Hickman do about Davey Todd? Can Paul Jordan or Davo Johnson or Rob Hodson get themselves onto the podium? Can Mitch Rees, a newcomer to the Macau Grand Prix, come away with a top 6 finish? Can Phil Crowe or Lucas Mora or Michael Evans get themselves into the top 10? Even Michael Sweeney, who knows? So the red flag is displayed. We are not too far away from racing here at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Green flag is displayed. We are all set to go. And then it'll be watch the lights. Lights go out and away. Davey Todd, Costomo and Hickman left to right on the picture, all anxious to get away. There go the lights. And out go the lights and away they go. And it's a great start from Todd. Hickman up the inside of Costomo as well. Hodson, front wheels popping up as they go into the first left-hand turn. But it looks to be Davey Todd who is going to lead them. Indeed it is. It is Todd from Hickman. Costomo's fighting back. And Costomo goes past Hickman. And Costomo is chasing after Todd as well. Through Mandarin they go. But it is Todd from Costomo, from Hickman. But certainly Hickman got ahead of Costomo, and Costomo hit back going into Lisboa. Oh, a really big move up the inside. Oh, someone's gone straight on. Somebody has gone straight on, not too sure who that was. But it is Todd from Costomo. Hodson's there, Johnson as well. So there is Hodson, there is Johnson, Davo Johnson in 5th position. And it is as you are on this opening lap coming round here. But so it's Todd from Costomo, from Hickman, Jordan, Johnson, Rob Hodson, Mitch Rees 7th, Phil Crowe, Mora, Evans, pretty much as they started. Sweeney, I think, is ahead of Sam West. Indeed he is. So Sweeney's in 10th. Coming down now to Donna Maria and then the Melco Hairpin. Going through Moorish. And this is down in, this is Costomo just chasing after Davey Todd on this opening lap. And the one thing he doesn't want to do is let Davey Todd get away. And certainly Hickman doesn't want to be held up by Costomo. We did see when Peter Hickman won here a couple of years ago ahead of Davey Todd. They battled away and eventually Hickman pulled the pin and pulled away from Todd. But already Davey Todd is threatening to win this race on the opening lap. He is absolutely flying. So he's going to put in a time of around 2 minutes 30. Oh, and a move from 81. So Lucas Mora goes through on Phil Crowe, I think that was. He just made a... not Phil Crowe, sorry. So he makes his way past Mitch Rees. So they go over the line, yeah, 228.4 from Davey Todd. An astounding opening lap. Costomo with a 2 minute 30.5. Hickman with a 2 minute 31.1. And already Davey Todd, here he is, leading on lap number 2. 2 seconds ahead of Erno Costomo. Hickman half a second back in 3rd. Then it is Hodson, Johnson, Bottalico in 6th place. While I was concentrating on the front runners, I didn't notice that Bottalico had sneaked up to 6th. So all the pre-race waxing lyrical about Mitch Rees, and it's Maurizio Bottalico, the Italian, absolutely stunning. Again, Todd is pulling further and further away. Look at this already. And I think Peter Hickman knows it's job over, game over, job done. But even Hickman just seems to be not quite on the pace of Erno Costomo as well. Gained a few tenths of a second on the opening sector, then lost a few tenths on the second sector. So Hodson as well in this little group just behind here now. Then Hodson's coming into the picture ahead of David Johnson in that battle for 4th position. My goodness, Davey Todd. Well, if he continues at this rate, what we're going to be talking about is potential lap records, of course. 2:23.3, the standing lap record from Stuart Easton. He didn't do a purple set to Davey Todd, but then again, we've got to wait for everything to get up to speed. The bike will improve. It's quite heavy at the moment. That's quite normal, really. Coming down towards Fisherman's. Back rear, just skips and jumps a little bit. Cosmo takes it right out to the wall as well. So Erno Cosmo really pushing. And to have Peter Hickman behind you, this is impressive from the Finnish rider. It is a BMW 1-2-3. Then Rob Hodgson, the first of the Hondas. And we have another BMW in 5th place with David Johnson. Bottalico also on a BMW. So 5 BMWs in the top 6. Wow, this is sensational from Davey Todd. 2:24.7 on that second lap. Oh, Costamo's messed it up. He's messed it up. He's messed it up. He just got it wrong going in. Oh, that's handed second place to Peter Hickman. What a shame for Erno Costamo. It seemed as if he was pulling away from Peter Hickman, but as they came into Lisboa, I think he got his line wrong, got his braking wrong as well, perhaps. And that let Peter Hickman go through. Peter Hickman says thank you very much and goes through into second position. So Hickman is second, but surely he can't reel in his teammate and team co-owner Davey Todd. So that is Hickman in second position, but he has now got open road ahead of him. That gap, 3.5 seconds at the end of the previous lap. So tight through this section. Really, you can see here perfectly from the onboard. Stavo Johnson just ahead of Costamo. Costamo providing the pictures right now. Oh, poor Erno Costamo. Looking really good in second place. Then just that little mistake going into Lisboa. He's going up the inside of Johnson though. He's got him. So Costamo up into 4th place. Davo Johnson shuffled back into 5th, so Costamo into 4th. Rob Hodgson obviously in 3rd place. Here's the man in 2nd, coming out of Fisherman's. So can he reduce that 3.5 second gap Davey Todd has on Peter Hickman? So Todd crossed the line now. It's not the fastest lap so far. That's still on lap number 2. There goes Peter Hickman, 6 seconds. That is a big gap. Even with a quarter of the race completed, 3/4 still to go, 6 seconds is pretty big. So Davey Todd, 2:24.8 on that lap, just a 1/10 of a second outside the previous lap, his fastest lap of the race so far. And there goes Costamo. Can he stop in time? Coming into Lisboa, he's gone past Rob Hodgson. So Costamo back into 3rd place. Superb. Absolutely superb from Erno Costamo. It shows really what a talent this man is. So Rob Hodgson thinking, wow, might be on for a podium here. Suddenly finds himself back in 4th place, with Bottalico in 5th. What is going on with Maurizio Bottalico? The Italian, a newcomer, is up into 5th place. David Johnson now back in 6th position. Lucas Moore in 7th. Mitch Reese down in 9th behind Michael Evans. Paul Jordan in 10th, which is a surprise. That is a big surprise to see Paul Jordan in 10th. He was 11th, he's moved up into 10th, he's ahead of Michael Sweeney. But yeah, I'm not too sure what happened with Paul Jordan. So Cosimo now leaving Hodson and Bottalico behind. Meanwhile, Davey Todd not quite on lap record pace. Just coming up to complete his lap now. Just waiting for him to come out of our bend. The gap was 6.1 seconds between Davey Todd and Peter Hickman at the end of the previous lap. Here comes Todd crossing the line now. That's a 225.0. He did purple the last two sectors. Here's Hickman. And the gap, well, he's only taken a tenth of a second out of Davey Todd on that lap. So it's as you were, Davey Todd from Peter Hickman. Peter Hickman with a 224.9. So Peter Hickman is now inside the 225s. Costimo with a 225.4. So Costimo yet to go inside 225, but that was Costimo's fastest lap, and that was overtaking both Davo Johnson and Rob Hodson. Maurizio Bottalico in 5th place. What is going on there? Incredible. Johnson now is back into 7th. Davo Johnson dropping down. Lucas Mora is now up into 6th place. So Lucas Mora on the Yamaha, the only Yamaha in this race. So he's now inside the top 6, and Mora would be absolutely delighted. Should think so. Oh no. So that is Michael Sweeney. So poor old Michael Sweeney, after all the effort and hopefully hoping for a top 10 finish, has pulled in at Lisboa. By the looks of things, whether he'll continue remains to be seen, of course. And Rob Hodson has certainly got a lot to think about in the shape of Maurizio Bottalico. Bottalico, number 40. Bottalico will be learning a lot from Rob Hodson, who knows his way around Macau. And Lucas Mora also on the rear wheel of Bottalico. David Johnson just disappeared off. I think he's just at the top there. There he is. So David Johnson just losing a little bit of ground. And behind him comes Mitch Reese, Michael Evans ahead of Mitch Reese, sorry, and Paul Jordan. So the gap is down to 5.7, so almost half a second. Hickman took out a Todd on that lap there, but at this race he's running out of laps. We're coming up to the halfway point soon. And he needs really to be taking a second a lap out of Davey Todd if he should think about stealing the victory from his teammate. So Davey Todd pulling away, but Hickman has just done his fastest lap, 224.5. In fact, that is the fastest lap of the race. So fastest lap of the race to Peter Hickman, 224.5. Davey Todd's 224.7. Meanwhile, Lucas Mora all over the back of Bottalico as well, so perhaps fancying the Swiss rider taking 5th place from the Italian. Costimo was, I think, 0.04 of a second slower on that lap than his best lap so far. So Costimo in a very solid 3rd place, you'd have to say, at this moment in time. But Peter Hickman again improving his times by the looks of it through his own sector. So he's building the fastest sector 3 in of the race so far. And you certainly see Davey, his teammate Davey Todd, on the longer straights. He'll disappear through these winding parts of the circuit around the top through Moorish and Donna Maria. Lucas Mora could be one to watch here on Bottalico. Might be looking for a move at the Melco Hairpin. If he can get close enough, get inside, force the issue, get his way into 5th place. Mauricio Bottarico must be living in dreamland. Here we go. No, not close enough. Looking for the drive, just Bottarico slides that rear wheel out of the hairpin. Here comes Rob Hodgson in 4th place. And that would be his best result at Macau if he can maintain it. Here's Mora looking, and I think Mora might be going for it. It might just appear at the inside. No, not on this occasion. It's still Bottarico from Mora. It looked like Mora was shaping up for a move going into Fisherman's, but thought against it. Rob Hodgson always has a cracking helmet design. So Michael Sweeney is retiring. Sam West is retiring as well, by the way, but all the guys at the 39th milestone will be disappointed to see their guy having to pull in. But it's been a splendid effort from the Irishman, and he'll be back, of course. That's what every rider likes to see. Clear track ahead of them. And that's what Davey Todd's enjoying. 5.4 the gap on that last one, so again more tenths of a second that Hickman's taken out of Davey Todd, but they're lapping very consistently. Hickman though has gone again with another fastest lap, 2:24.0. So Hickman keeps putting in the fastest laps. So perhaps maybe Costomo getting ahead of him, as he did as they went through Mandarin down into Lisboa on that opening lap. Perhaps that might be something for Peter Hickman to let that happen. But what we're not seeing though are 2:23s, we're getting 2:24s. Costomo is still to go inside 2:25. In fact, he was 2:26 on that last one, so he was about half a second slower with clear road ahead of him. Davey Todd, well, I mentioned, I don't think it's quite, certainly not lower 2:23. It might be a high 2:23 on the cards for Davey Todd. Here's Hickman in 2nd place into Fisherman's. There you'll see, just sees Davey Todd as Hickman takes it right out to the wall. So they've seen Davey Todd, he knows he's there. So across the line goes, and it is a 2:23.7 from Davey Todd. So fastest lap of the race, 2:23.7, and Hickman does a 2:24.0. 2:24.7, sorry, it was a whole second slower there, so he's lost a second to Davey Todd on that lap. So Davey Todd with a 2:23.7, 4/10 outside the lap record. This could be the lap to watch for Davey Todd. Well, firmly now in the second half of the race, just waiting for Hickman to appear in the picture, but Davey Todd, here is Hickman. Davey Todd could be, in fact no, maybe not, that first sector, 24.4, probably worked against him. 2:23.7 from Davey Todd is still very, very impressive. He's been the fastest rider at Macau this year from the word go. But when we began free practice, even he surprised himself how fast he went straight away on a track that had not been used by any form of motorsport vehicle until 2 days ago. That could just be the fastest lap of the race that we get, 2:23.7. Still no change further down the order as well. Paul Jordan is in. Paul Jordan is a retirement. What a shame for Paul Jordan. He's been so strong all the way through free practice, all the way through qualifying as well. But come the race, what a shame for Paul Jordan. But you know for certain he'll have a cracking year next year, no matter where he goes. Really improved year on year, Paul Jordan. Gone from a really strong 600 Supersport rider and is now just as comfortable, if not even more comfortable, on a 1000cc superbike. So 3 retirements: Paul Jordan, Michael Sweeney and Sam West. So there goes Davey Todd across the line, 2:24.3 that time. So waiting for Hickman. And that gap's gone out to 7.8 seconds. So barring any mistakes, it's going to be Davey Todd who's going to be a winner of a race at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix for the first time. He won the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix last year, but that was obviously on the qualifying session. Now he's going to do it for real into Lisboa again. Superb from Davey Todd. .4 on that first sector, half a second faster than Peter Hickman on that first sector, and we are in the final third of this race. Bonalico still in 5th place, Mitch Rees in 9th. Two or four newcomers. I think we're just going to get one lap in this race inside 2 minutes 24. Cosimo still a very solid 3rd place, but he's some 5 seconds down on Peter Hickman, but he's a good 10 seconds ahead of Rob Hodgson. Rob Hodgson looking very solid in 4th. The big question mark is Mauricio Bottalico in 5th and Lucas Moura in 6th. They're virtually going round together. Go back another 5 seconds to David Johnson. Michael Evans, really impressive 8th place so far. Mitch Rees as well, 9th. Bottalico, all through free practice, it was just all the talk's been about Mitch Rees. But now, Bottalico, the Italian, Davey Todd and victory. Say if he made a mistake, if he ran on too hard, then he's a guy who just does not make mistakes. Or maybe Michael Sweeney took it in that, but it is a beautifully prepared machine. Big-time racing crews really know what it's doing. It looks like their continued success will carry on here at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Rob Hodgson a very solid 4th place. It's gone out to nearly 10 seconds the advantage on Davey Todd, so Peter Hickman knows the next best result for Peter Hickman win was a 1-2 for 810 Racing. Still most successful motorcyclist around Macau, 9 wins to his name. Ron Hassel as well, 6 victories for him. Hickman making 5. Looks like he'll stay on 4. Roads for Davey Todd, it's been a great year. He's had some fantastic results, especially in the Isle of Man. Oh, they have got him. Mora's got him. So Mora is past Bonalico. So Lucas Moura up into 5th place ahead of Bonalico. Still, well, maybe having held 5th for so long, he might be a little bit disappointed, but if he said to me before the race, he needed a top 6 finish.
David Johnson is 7, ahead of Mitch Rees, who's got ahead of Evans, counting down miles. But he managed to get going again, and third row running out the top 10. So a little further down the leaderboard, Newport Eddie Fair is just behind Lauren Hoffman and Hoffman in 11, Ulrich Blank in 15, ahead of
Nixon up to 150 miles an hour.
Mark Simpson in the Isle of Man in 15th position.
Wall as well, Davey Todd.
Ryan Whitehall,
still prepared to push it.
17th retirements.
Here he is out of the final turn.
Samuel West. Sam West
Won't be too long before he sees that checkered flag waved at him. So that last 2 minutes 26.3. So he will certainly come away with the fastest lap of the race, 2 minutes 23.7 seconds as Hickman crosses the line. He's still been back 2.9 seconds slower. Davey Todd is making something very difficult look very easy indeed. You know, there's certainly a lot more in the locker to come from Davey Todd in the future. Racing team back in 2018. His Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix debut, qualified 11th, finished 9th back then, came back the following year, qualified 12th, so that was a good indication of what was to come. Qualified second in 2023, finished second, in the end got some distance between the Hickman. This time the tables have been turned.
那目前呢，高层也是轮轮的处在第4个位置。而 Johnson 是在第7，2号车 Race 在第8位，10号车
just after this one. There's him at the top of the picture, and that is a bigger than 10-second gap on the second now. Davey Todd coming down into Fisherman's again, just knocking back second gear, third gear, fourth. Back into second and then hitting third here. Fourth.
直接是开足马力
50 miles an hour
起跑线之后，就剩下最后一圈。
Davey Todd, he gets the last lap flag. 1 lap to go then for Davey Todd. Peter Hickman in second place still. So that's down to 7 seconds. When still in third place. Would be a solid third place. What a shame for an O'Costa. If you're looking back on that mistake he made at Lisboa, thinking what might have been, I don't think anyone would Davey Todd did today. So certainly not far to go. You know there'll be a big stoppie at the end of it as well from Davey Todd. Began his career off-road. Well, it came into circuit racing, time racing, quite late in his career. But certainly fantastic talent on dirt bike. Once he left dirt bike behind, so he switched his attention back in 2018. Really has been impressive.
So it's a victory lap for Davey Todd on the Guia Circuit here at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Peter Hickman should be a solid second place, Erno Costello third. Mitch Reese is up into 8th place, so he'll be delighted if things stay like that. When keeping why not an eye on this guy. If you're watching something special here. Electing just to take it nice and sweep around these bends, not going too far, not pushing too hard. He knows it's in the bag, he knows he doesn't want to make a silly mistake. Not riding on the edge. Such a
stylish rider as well. He is a joy to watch, Davey Todd. Here he is, coming to Fisherman's for the very last time at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. One more bend to go for Davey Todd. He will prove to be the king of the roads for 2025. Here he is, looks up goes the front wheel, out comes the checker flag. It's victory for Davey Todd at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Whether we'll get a stoppie right now or not, I think we might go on at Lisboa. Here comes Hickman as well. He'll be delighted with the second place. Obviously wants to do. He's done it 4 times before. He'll be happy to take second place to his teammate Davey Todd. But waiting for Erno Costello. Here he is, the Finn. He will take the final step on the podium. Congratulations to the Finnish rider. Came back superbly despite that mistake in Lisboa. Cost him so much time, but made his way past David Johnson, Rob Hodgson, who is now into view. And it is the best ever result for Rob Hodgson at Macau as well. Rob Hodgson with the wheelie. Simona Robbencroft, who is a victor, previous victor at Macau as well. He will be delighted to see Rob Hodgson coming home in 4th place. Lucas Mora in 5th position. Maurizio Bortolico, we need to talk about the Italian in 6th place. Here we go. We said something was special from Davey Todd at Lisboa. I think we might get a burnout. I think Peter Hickman might be joining it. Here we go. And Costello as well. There are only 2 places that you can watch the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix as a spectator, the start and finish, and here at Lisboa. So they've pulled over the fans. It is a jam-packed full grandstand at Lisboa. Todd, Hickman and Costello on the podium for this year. That's what will go into the record books for 2025. I think Peter Hickman might be a little bit disappointed, didn't get the start he wanted. He'll be disappointed that Costello made his way through as well. But he never really got ahead. Maybe had he got ahead of Davey Todd, it might have been a different game. But as it is, there's been no matching Davey Todd this year here at Macau. He's absolutely superb. Well-deserved victor.
He's now a 2-time Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix winner. He wins the race 10 seconds ahead of his teammate Peter Hickman with Erno Costello, a 20-time
motorcycle over 12 laps at Macau. There is not one person in the world who feels as good as Davey Todd does right now. Not one. And look at him, ever the showman.
Fantastic to see. Well, Hodgson brings his
really enjoys riding motorcycles. They all do, of course, but really Davey Todd loves it.
David Johnson in 7th, Mitch Reese
Davey Todd, Peter Hickman in 2nd.
Fantastic 8th position ahead of Michael Evans.
We've had some great duels over the road between Hickman and Dunlop in recent years. And of course with Davey Todd and Dean Harrison. It's worth mentioning, Dean, then there are 4 top road races around at the moment. Maybe in terms of where Davey Todd is with Peter Hickman in the overall scheme of things. We shall see. It all means 2026 looks to be very, very appetising indeed. So confirmation of those results: Davey Todd in 1st place, Peter Hickman in 2nd, Erno Costello 3rd, Rob Hodgson 4th, Lucas Mora in 5th place. So great result for Lucas Mora and Maurizio Bortolico as well. Absolutely wonderful. David Johnson having to settle for 7th in the end, ahead of Mitch Reese, 8th in the end for Mitch Reese. So Reese, another newcomer with 8th. Michael Evans will be delighted with the top 10, as will Phil Crow. Phil Crow's never been inside the top 10 before for a finish. Don Gilbert 13th, ahead of Marcus Simpson and ahead of Lauren Hoffman and Paul Williams. Ryan Whitehall in 17th, but Don Gilbert 13th, Eddie Fair as well in 12th, Almeric Blanc in 11th. So you have to feel for Paul Jordan, so much promise ahead of this race. Also Michael Sweeney for the efforts that he made to come back, the extra work they had to do to get onto the track, onto the grid today. Sam West will be disappointed as well to have a DNF. That's his first DNF at Macau. But here comes Davey Todd around Fisherman's. Big wheelie all the way. Can he maintain it all the way? No. That's the slow, because he's going to come down into the pit lane. Oh, there's the stoppie. Absolutely fantastic. And even though, okay, Davey Todd was no match for anybody today at the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix, we've just watched something special. And also that lap, 2 minutes 23.7, he gets the fastest lap of the race. Another half a second, the outright lap record would have been his. But Stuart Easton's lap record goes on. That's another big stoppie from Davey Todd. Demonstration of no qualifying session yesterday due to the weather as Peter Hickman now joins him. But all that is forgotten about now. There's Luke Brown, the right-hand man. Go Davey Todd. Milk it in, soak it in. And here comes Erno. Picked up on some of the conversation there. Davey said he wanted to go for that lap. Peter asking him, what did he do? We'll find out in a second. Poor Erno Costomo, when he was passed pretty much on the start by Hickman, then he managed to get past Hickman again. I think, wow, he could be on for something here. He got onto Davey Todd's rear wheel, but Davey was pulling away, to be fair, even in those early stages. With Costomo as well, if he can continue and the race is going. He's been debuting at various events like the Isle of Man TT a couple of years ago and the 700. I'm happy to play the waiting game, but he's the master of Imatra back home in Finland, of course. The adrenaline still running. So delighted, David. I'm just trying to pick up a little bit of their conversation there. Yeah, Erno Costomo. What a shame, but I think he'll be happy with the podium. If you'd have said to him to start podium, he'd have taken that. He was the winner, of course, back in 2022. Finish in 2023, despite qualifying on the front row. So Rob Hodgson, I think, very happy with his fourth place. Lucas Moore will be delighted. And I think if anyone could nearly match what Davey Todd is going through right now is Maurizio Bottalico. 6th place for the Italian, the newcomer, 6th place. His fastest lap as well, 2:28.1. So 5 seconds off. His first time here, Maurizio Bottalico. Kept it under the radar a little bit during pre-practice and qualifying. And then again, Mitch Reese, 8th position. And it can be very daunting, Macau, for many riders. It's really, there is nothing else like it. They're going to the press conference now, I think, but there is nothing like it. I know, speaking to certain riders, they say it really is claustrophobic going around the circuit. So yes, they say it's very claustrophobic, and everything feels that because the buildings are so tall and it's all on top of you, and it really feels like you're in a tunnel. You heard there 22.40, that's his fastest lap. Costumos 2 minutes 25.3 was his fastest. And really then you can see the gap from those three back to Rob Hodson, so 2 minutes 27.6. Lucas Mora was a 2:27.2, so Lucas Mora was 4th quickest in terms of fastest laps. Rob Hodson 5th. Full schedule of racing for cars. And while we're talking, they'll be changing the barriers because it's part of the reason why motorcycles go at the start of the day is because they have to change the rector cell.
A second and a half. Because we have so many TV cameras on the bike, the laptops are not working. So I didn't know the last time. So if I knew we did 23, then I could have pushed a little bit more. We won the race, that's what we came for. The real guys did a fantastic job on the bike.
There you go, you just heard him saying that he was hoping for that lap record. It wasn't to be. Maybe had Peter Hickman pushed him, he may have done so, but hey, the victory is worth it. And I know Davey Todd, well, you'd like to think he'll be back next year. 1, to defend his crown, and 2, to try and take that lap record from Stuart Easton. You don't get paid any more for that record, but certainly the prestige that goes with being a lap record holder. Start finish straight here. It looks like it's going to be a very hot day, but as I was saying, they have to move the rector cell. There are certain air fences that the motorcyclists require, but the cars don't, of course. So that's all, the track gets changed, and that'll be ready for a full-blown day of racing. And of course, you watch all of it here. Very capable things. We've got some celebrations. We've got a podium to do first of all as well. Of course, the national anthem as well. Some activity on the podium. It's just coming up to 10 o'clock in the morning here in Macau. So wherever you're watching, hopefully you stayed up very late or had to take time off. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching Davey Todd absolutely dominate this Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Probably too far away from the start of the... Just listening now to whether or not we are ready to go. And the thing is as well, away from the, you wouldn't have seen on the TV pictures that as the likes of Davey Todd was walking away, everybody that's around there was stopping in and getting a picture, etc. There's nobody more on the road right now than Davey Todd. Cosmo will be first out. Third step on the podium. Presenting him with his award will be Daniel Shim, the Chief Corporate Affairs Officer of SJM Resorts. So already we're getting up the officials getting ready for the first car event of the day here at Macau. That is the last road racing action of the year. We'll all begin again in the summer months. We now seem to be having some action on the podium. There we go then, folks. We seem to have something happening now. This is it. Representing 810, Davey's right hand man.
And now, for the national anthem, winner. And now, please welcome Mr. Daniel Shim, Chief Corporate Affairs Officer of SJM Resorts, to present the medal and the trophy to our Number 3, congratulations. Of course, the trophy as well. Thank you, Mr. Shim, for with me. And next, please welcome Dr. Guia, Secretary General of SJM Resorts, will present Peter Hickman with his prize, finishing second. Number 88, Peter Hickman.
Second for the time before Peter.
And next, please welcome Mr. Angel Emission, Director of SJM Resorts
Mr. Angel, Director of SJM Resorts, will present Davey Todd with his prize.
Number 8, Congratulations. If you would like to try your
Photo opportunities. So yeah, Peter Hickman has always finished on the podium every time he's been at Macau. In terms of the races, he's always been first or second. Made his debut in 2014. Start the race, but
thank you so much. At the same time, I would like to invite our winning drivers that have been selected. Buckets move to the top of the podium. One more photo, please. Yes, together.
Also, we will get the balls
Together for one more photo.
of our top three riders.
Okay, let's get a great position and look to the front.
Well, we predicted that would be these three at the start of the race. That is how it turned out to be. Really, we weren't sure that would be the order.
So please sit back to the session, and we're gonna invite you to pick up the champagne and enjoy these glorious moments.
So even though it's 10 o'clock in the morning, time for champagne. So champagne breakfast. Shannon Perkins needs to get the most, but there we go.
One moment! Congratulations, our winning drivers, you earned this! As time for the first spins tradition in all motorsport. Thank you and congratulations. And now please with me, I'm gonna pass the mic to James. We're gonna have a chit-chat section with our winning drivers, please.
And now we'll get the interviews.
Just start. No, you're closest. You're just third place for you today. Bit hairy moment towards the beginning. How was it for you?
Yeah, the race is a little bit nervous. And 3 laps instead of pushing hard and behind Peter and Davey. It's very fast ride this year. Not so easy this year. It's not cheap, but it was great to see you back on the podium. Just about here to second place man. Great to see you back on the podium. How was that for you?
Pretty good, you know. I said earlier, I'm pretty content with where I'm at. I'm sure I've got some, still got the pace, you know, only a couple of tenths off Davey, although I'm sure he has some more in the bag still, but to be able to even be close at the minute with the position that I'm in personally, honestly, I'm really happy. Good to show that I've got the pace. I just need to work on myself now over the winter, ready for the 2026 season, but massive thank you to everybody who goes around all the boys and girls on Hollis, Wolfoil, Appleby, and also Monster as well. You know, they all made sure that we got here, and it's absolutely fantastic. We've got some sponsors about as well. LEW sponsored us all year. They're over here as well, having a little holiday and also coming down to the race. So fantastic. The rest of a good show.
Absolutely great to see you back up here. And Davey, now a two-time Macau Motorcycle. Can I say a proper
Yeah, I think like Pete said there, I think we call that 1.5. But it's awesome to do that. It's awesome to prove everything wrong after saying last year wasn't a problem, which I guess it probably wasn't not getting a race, but I had a point to prove coming here this year. I was really excited to be fair. We had a lot of pace. The whole Zico BMW Motorrad team has done a fantastic job, and repeating what Pete said, there's so many sponsors that helped us even get out here to Macau. It's really expensive to get out here, so really appreciate all those guys. And I've been feeling awesome on the bike all week. I'm just a little bit good because I thought the pace was quite slow then in that race. I didn't push too hard when I had the gap and just found out within 23s and for sure I'll be in the 22s and if not better. So I'm looking forward already to being back next year and seeing what else we can do.
You just needed a 10 seconds to that record.
Yeah,
just managing the gap and knowing that Pete on his Dunlops would have been strong towards the end of the race. But to be honest, my Metzeler tyres held up fantastically right to the end of the race, and yeah, really stoked to get that one.
Well, congratulations to Todd through third place, no customer. Second place, Peter Hickman, and now a two-time Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix winner. The BMW's in the head is Davey Todd.
Thank you, and congratulations, and we'll continue to enjoy the wonderful 7-second Macau Grand Prix. See you later.
That pretty much wraps up the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. We're near a 60th anniversary as well.
Andy.
Plenty for Todd and Hickman to collect. That's it from me though, Dave Moore. Hope you enjoy the Macau Motorcycle Grand Prix. Good conditions, good racing, good sportsmanship. We've got a whole host of car racing. In fact, cars are making their way out now onto the grid. So I'm going to say farewell for now. Coming up very shortly, we'll be advertising fully informed and entertained throughout the day here in Macau. And tomorrow as well, of course. But for the motorcycles, that's it for this year. It's goodbye for now. See you again next time.
So, geht ihr darauf? Geht ihr darauf? Komm mal da raus.
Thank you, guys. Perfect.
pit lane. Pit exit will close in 1 minute. Pit exit will close in 1 minute.
Konto oder was? Ja, okay. Die wollen zum Teil andere studieren.